What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing another battle submission from fellow content creator NerdsRising, who at the time of recording is less than 30 subs away from hitting 1k subscribers on YouTube, which is a huge milestone, so let's help him get there by subscribing to his channel right now. Anyways, the team consists of Omanyte in the lead, Lileep as the safe swap, and Snover as the closer. This is a really unique team, and personally I haven't come up against any of these three Pokemon yet in my battles, but NerdsRising was able to go 18-7 on the day. Now this is probably going to be my last Element Cup video unless you guys want to see Shadow Carvanha in action, but since the recent poll I put up shows around 2/3 of you would like to see content in literally any league other than Master League or Element Cup, I'll be showcasing some of the older submissions that I didn't quite get around to showcasing over the past few weeks. With that being said, let's get into the question of the day. What would be the biggest change to PvP you'd like to see implemented next season? This could be a move rebalance, it could be a new move added to the game for certain Pokemon. Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead Omanyte into Ducklet, a pretty common lead you're going to see here in the Element Cup. We're going to go straight for the Rock Blast, and this should be grabbing an early shield in the matchup, and we do get that shield. Now, they're probably just going to go for Bubble Beam, as a Brave Bird would be resisted. Although Omanyte is very glassy, it's pretty likely that Brave Bird would probably still take us out. But here we're going to go for a second Rock Blast that does a considerable amount of damage considering they did debuff our attack. They go for Bubble Beam number 2, we swap into our Lileep, and we do bait out a Vulpix. Now we are running Infestation. Unfortunately we don't have the very exclusive Legacy Bullet Seed Lileep here, but we're going to be able to tank any charge move they throw. They go for Weather Ball, that is the right move to go for as it is neutral, but we do tank that quite well. And now we're going to shield up the Weather Ball, and we are going to overfarm, going for an Ancient Power here, and this should be taking out the Vulpix, and we do exactly that. Now the opponent's going to come back in with the Ducklet. We don't quite make it to the Ancient Power, or not wanting to throw on CMP, but Bubble Beam doesn't take us out, so now we're going to swap into our Snover, and we do bait out a Chinchou. This is a very good matchup for us. We resist everything, we go straight for the Energy Ball, we take out the Chinchou, and at this point it's going to be game over I believe, but we will shield anyways. They go for another Bubble Beam bait. We can go for the Stomp. Stomp, not the best move, but it is less energy than the Energy Ball, so we do go for it here. The opponent gets to another charge move, and they're going to go for that Bubble Beam. It doesn't take us out. We get the Powder Snow farm down, and we take that game. Into the next battle, not a great lead, so probably going to save swap into our Lileep here, and that's exactly what we do. We do bait out a Chikorita, and now the great thing here is that we do resist the Body Slam damage, so they will have to go for a Grass Knot, and we get the boost, and we're running Infestation as well. We're actually going to call the bait, but the opponent goes for Grass Knot. We still live that because of the boost, and now we will be able to flip this matchup and come out with so much loaded energy. So we are down a shield, probably going to be able to get it back straight away unless they do farm us down instantly, but we can now go for a Grass Knot, and this will be grabbing a shield from the Ducklet. So now we can come in with the Omanyte. The opponent swaps into Chinchou. We do bank a Rock Blast before swapping into our Snover, and once again we do completely wall it. They go for a Thunderbolt. That actually does a decent amount of damage, about 60% of our health, maybe a little bit less, but now we're going to go straight for the Energy Ball. Energy Ball takes out the Chinchou there, and now they've got their Ducklet remaining. Going to go for another Energy Ball here, and this will be doing big damage. They probably let it go through, and they do, and now they're not in range for us to Mud Shot farm them down, but it doesn't matter. We should be able to get to another move here. The opponent goes for a Bubble Beam, and we can get to the back-to-back Rock Blasts in time. The first one should grab the final shield. The second Rock Blast will be enough damage to take out the Ducklet, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Omanyte into Execute, and that's not an ideal lead for us. They're probably running Confusion. We're going to instantly swap, and Infestation would be double super effective there. So even though we only landed one, that did quite a lot of damage. We go for the Ancient Power, and they let it go through, and honestly it looks like they're in range for us to fully farm them down. They go for a Body Slam. That is the wrong move to go for here. Now they should be going for the Weather Ball, and this still won't take us out, and we should be able to Infestation, farm them all the way down, and the opponent just concedes the match there. So we will certainly take that. Into the next battle, we see a Seal in the lead. Pretty awkwardly, the opponent swaps into Bulbasaur. We have to get the heck out of there. One Vine Whip did a lot of damage to our Omanyte. Gonna go for the Ancient Power, grabbing a shield from the Bulbasaur. And honestly, Bulbasaur is very attack weighted, so we're actually gonna cool this. And Seed Bomb, we do live the Seed Bomb, but they're at the back-to-back, so that does make sense. Now we're going to shield the second Seed Bomb, go for another Ancient Power after one more Infestation. Great charge move timing there from NerdsRising, grabbing the final shield. And now we can come in with our Snover, go for a massive farm down, or at least hopefully we can. And that's what we're going to do. We are going to... We're not going to respect the damage there, and unfortunately I think that's game over, yeah. That is unfortunate, but we do lose that game. Into the next battle, we see a Vulpix, very good lead for us now. The opponent's going to swap into a Wooper. We respond with our Snover. Great matchup here, but they can spam Body Slam, and it does take us a while to get to that Energy Ball. Even with a fast charging fast move like Powder Snow, we go straight for it. The opponent does not respect the damage there, and we do take them out. They come back in with their Vulpix, and they are running quick attack, so we don't take an awful lot of damage from the fast move. Stomp also does quite a lot to the Vulpix. They do farm up quite a lot of energy. Gonna go for a charge move. Body Slam will take us out. Probably gonna go for another Body Slam, but it is resisted, so that's fine. And we do actually not tank that too comfortably, but we get the farm down, and they have got a Salander in the back. Very unique Pokemon for this meta. We go for a Rock Tomb, debuffing their attack. That's a great play, and these Mud Shots are double super effective because of that fire poison typing. We go for Rock Blast number 2, and as long as we can make it to just one Ancient Power, we should be fine. We're actually going to let the first Poison Fang go through. I do like this play, and now we do have the Ancient Power loaded. Even if they're at back-to-back moves, it doesn't matter, as we have that Ancient Power and 2 shields, and from this range we're going to undercharge it, but Ancient Power takes out the Salander, and we take that game. Into the next battle, Omanyte into Bulbasaur. We've got to get out of there as soon as possible. Swapping into Lileep, and we do bait out a Ducklet, and that's actually quite nice. We can go for the Ancient Power, and Ancient Power does grab a shield from the opponent straight away. And at this point, I think with the shield advantage, we just let this move go through. The opponent goes for a Bubble Beam bait, so good call. And this should just be another Bubble Beam, I believe. And it is another Bubble Beam, so that's great. We can go for Ancient Power, and saying Bubble Beam so many times so fast does become a bit of a tongue twister, but we're going to overfarm massively, go for another Ancient Power in this matchup, and we do nearly take them out, but we don't. They get the farm down, so good awareness from the opponent, knowing they could survive that and get the farm down. We're going to come in with the Omanyte. They go for a Bubble Beam, and they are at another charge move already. Going to just be another Bubble Beam, but that's fine. We are instantly going to swap out as soon as they come in with the Bulbasaur, and the opponent is very slow, and they've got Chinchou in the back. We are core breaking this team. We can easily let a Bubble Beam go through, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of Bubble Beam spam in this video, no doubt, because Chinchou, Ducklet, 2 of the most common Pokemon in this meta, and everyone loves to debuff the opponent's attack, but it doesn't matter. We go for the Energy Ball, taking out the Chinchou, and at this point we should be able to fully fast move, farm down the Bulbasaur, the opponent recognizing that, and they concede the match. Into the next battle, another great lead into the Vulpix. The opponent swaps into their Confusion Execute, and you can see these Infestations, even though it's non-stab and Infestation isn't a great move, they are really chunking this Execute. We're now going to go for an Ancient Power, undercharging it, so that if they did choose to no shield it, we would be able to get the farm down, but they did shield, so now we can go for a second Ancient Power, grabbing both shields from the opponent, and at this point we have to maintain alignment. We're reading that the opponent really needs switch advantage, so we're definitely not going to give it to them. They come in with the Vulpix, they throw on CMP, so that's good timing by the opponent. Body Slam does take us out, and now they catch, but they catch onto Ducklet, so not the best use of that catch there, as now we're probably going to bank a charge move. Actually no, we're just going to stay in. Why would we swap out? What am I talking about? We're going to go for the Rock Blast. Definitely this is the right play. They come in with the Vulpix. Oh no, can we live a Body Slam here? We can't, and no, I think we've just thrown away the game. But we win CMP with the Stomp. Oh my gosh, Snover coming in clutch. I underestimated Snover and just called every play wrong there, so my apologies. NerdsRising knows this team a lot better than I do, so he's certainly playing it a lot better than I would. But into the next battle, another Vulpix. They go for Body Slam, we do easily tank one, and we're going to go for a Rock Blast here on the CMP tie with this Vulpix as it gets the charge move. Number 2, they let it go through as well, so that's great for us. And the opponent is going to come in with their Ducklet. We're probably going to go for the Rock Blast again, and this should be grabbing a shield from the opponent. And now we can go for a third Rock Blast. This might even grab another shield. No, they let it go through, and now we swap into our Snover. Gonna let this move go through, calling the bait. It is just a Bubble Beam, of course, and the opponent's just going to concede the match there. So probably running Chinchou in the back. And into the next battle, we see Chinchou in the lead this time around. So instantly going to swap into our Lileep, and we do bait out a Vulpix. And yeah, there's a lot of repetition in the team comps from the opponent. It's going to be Chinchou, Ducklet, and Vulpix in random orders here. The opponent's going to go for a Weather Ball, doesn't do too much damage. We're going to overfarm, going for that extra infestation. And once again, can we get the full farm down with our fast moves? It doesn't look like we will. So we're going to go for the Ancient Power. Ancient Power grabs a shield from the opponent. And at this point, I think we just commit a shield and go for the full farm down. And we should be able to get it in time. They go for the Weather Ball, and the opponent doesn't want to get farmed down. So they swap into Tepig. We go for the Ancient Power. And now we're going to swap back into our Omanyte. That's a really nice play here. We can go for the Rock Blast on the CMP tie with this Body Slam. Rock Blast takes out the Tepig, and the opponent's going to come back in with the Chinchou. Doesn't really matter. They do get to a charge move. I think this might just be a Bubble Beam. No, they do full send the Thunderbolt, but it doesn't matter. We've got our Snover here, and this is going to be game over. We can let this move go through. Just a Bubble Beam, and the opponent goes for the catch there. They don't catch, unfortunately for them. We can now go for the Energy Ball, taking out the Chinchou, and we take that game. So into the next battle, we see a Ducklet in the lead, so just going to stay in this matchup and probably going to go for that Rock Blast straight away, throwing on a potential CMP tie with the Bubble Beam if they did choose to go for it. But the opponent is not going to go for that Bubble Beam. Instead, they go for the Brave Bird, and it does one-shot the Omanyte there. But the opponent's going to swap out into their Chinchou. We're going to stay in this matchup initially. They go for a Thunderbolt that's resisted, so not the play. We're going to go for a Grass Knot just before we make it to 100 energy, so I do like this. We take out the Chinchou, and let's see, they come back in with the Ducklet. We're going to go for that Ancient Power straight away, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and at this point we're going to call yet another Bubble Beam bait, and it is just the Bubble Beam. We're going to bank that energy, swap into Snover, and once again just let this Bubble Beam go through. Really annoying that the opponents are just going straight Bubble Beam, but it is what it is. We go for the Energy Ball, we take out the Ducklet with one more Powder Snow, and they've got a Chikorita in the back, so this is looking good for us. Although with the Bubble Beam debuff, this Stomp isn't going to do that much damage in all honesty, but we should put them into range where we can go straight for an Ancient Power, and from this range with the infestation damage, this Ancient Power will be taking out the Chikorita, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see Cottony in the lead, so not ideal for us. They're actually running Razor Leaf as well, so it's really good that we did instantly swap out of that matchup. We're now going to go for an Ancient Power. An Ancient Power does actually grab a shield from the opponent, so the opponent very much likely that they don't know what moves Lileep can run. We're going to shield up the Grass Knot there. Going to go for another Ancient Power. Can we get both shields from the opponent? Yes, we do. Have no idea why they're shielding up their Cottony like that, but we'll certainly take it. We're going to wait at the switch clock here, and we come in with our Snover. They come in with the Ducklet, so we are going to go straight for the Energy Ball, and from this range, this will do a lot of damage, and now we are going to let this move go through, calling yet another Bubble Beam, and of course, it is just the Bubble Beam. Now we're going to swap into our Omanyte here. Gonna let this move go through as well. It's an Aerial Ace this time around, so very strange decision there from the opponent, but now we can store back-to-back Rock Blasts, throwing on the CMP tie, taking out the Ducklet, and probably gonna go for our Rock Blast straight away into the Cottony, and from this range, Rock Blast will nearly put them into range where we can actually farm them down. Now we're gonna be able to shield this. And now, is it going to be another Chinchou in the back? Of course it is. We can go for the Energy Ball on a CMP tie with their Bubble Beam, maximizing the energy first. Energy Ball takes out the Chinchou, and we take that game. So into the next battle, another Cottony in the lead, gonna swap into our Lileep, and the opponent is staying in once again. So we're gonna go for an Ancient Power here, building up a ton of energy, so if the opponent, like in the last game, doesn't know what moves we're running, they might shield, but in this case, they don't, and it looks like they're just gonna fully charm farm us all the way down, but we do at least grab a shield with the second Ancient Power. Now we're going to fully wait out the switch lock as this is their lead Pokemon. They're not switch locked, but we are. Now we come in with our Snover. They've got a Confusion Slowpoke. We're going to go straight for that Energy Ball, and from this range, we grab the final shield. Actually, the opponent does respect the damage there, but we can come in with the Omanyte and we should be able to make it to a Rock Tomb in time. So probably going to go for the Rock Tomb here, and if it doesn't take them out, it will debuff their attack. But Rock Tomb, yeah, it doesn't quite take them out, but they're forced to throw their energy, so that's actually probably better for us as we can get a small energy advantage with the Snover. They don't get the confusion damage through, and they have got a Chinchou in the back. So at this point, we just gotta make sure they don't make a catch. We're gonna let the Bubble Beam go through, and let's see. The opponent goes for the catch there. We hold on to the energy, we go for the Stomp, and that doesn't actually take them out, but we should be able to Powder Snow, farm them down, and come out with an Energy Ball loaded. So now we're going to throw it into the Chinchou. We are debuffed, but Energy Ball still takes out the Chinchou, and we take that game. So Snover's looking like a pretty strong pick here, and yet another Cottony in the lead, once again running Razor Leaf, and now they come in with their Slowpoke. So yeah, interesting team by the opponent. I think we have already gone to the degenerate sort of fast move pressure, fast move beatdown teams, but whatever. We're going to go and shield the Psyshock, going to go for the Ancient Power bait here, and honestly from this range it probably puts them into range where we can Infestation farm them down, but we actually get the boost, and now we will commit to the Grass Knot, and this Grass Knot will be taking out the Slowpoke. We did get shield advantage and switch advantage. We can now come in with the Omanyte. We have to swap out instantly. Incredible reactions here from NerdsRising. We're going to overfarm massively. We can even let this move go through. Just going to be a Grass type charge move. It's actually just a Seed Bomb as well. We can now farm up to 100 energy, making sure we only give this Vulpix very minimal farm here. And so we go for the Energy Ball just for the sake of it. It might even do more damage than the Stomp, and it actually does quite a lot of damage. We also get the defense drop. At this point, we're going to call that we live anything from this range, and we do. And now we're going to go for the Rock Tomb just for the sake of it, fully no bubble it, and Rock Tomb takes out the Vulpix, and we take that game. Into the next battle, another Chinchou in the lead, gonna swap into Lileep once again, this time baiting out an Execute, and that is not the best swap from the opponent as they're taking double super effective damage from these infestations. We go for the Ancient Power, and at this point we should just be able to fully farm them down, hopefully before they make it to Seed Bomb number 2, and let's see, we do get that farm down, which is amazing, and we do have equal shields as well, so they're gonna come back in with the Chinchou, gonna go straight for that Grass Knot, and will they respect the damage here? They do respect it, but we're going to be able to make it to another Grass Knot before they can even make it to a Bubble Beam, and that takes out the Chinchou. They've got Cottony in the back, and we have got our Snover. We can farm to the back-to-back Stomps here. They do get the Charm through though. Will that be enough to take us out here? It doesn't take us out, and now we can go for Stomp number 2, and this will take out the Cottony, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, yet another Cottony in the lead. Gonna swap out straight away, and another Razor Leaf Cottony. It's getting pretty boring right now, but it is what it is. We can go for that Grass Knot, and no disrespect to NerdsRising, by the way. I don't mean these battles, I just meant the you know, Razor Leaf Cottony that we're seeing in the lead. The opponent goes for a Wrap, that's resisted damage. I don't know what other charge moves this Tentacle can learn, but probably going to be better than Wrap. But here we make it to a last second Ancient Power into this Cottony, and this will grab a shield from the Cottony as well. So we flip switch and then grab the shield as the Cottony came back in. So we are doing really well with this team right here. They're going to go for a Seed Bomb. We're actually going to respect the damage. We don't know what their third Pokemon is, and we do need to get rid of this Cottony because obviously the Omanyte can do absolutely nothing against it. At this point though, we can let a second Seed Bomb go through. Got to be wary of a potential snipe from the opponent, but no, the opponent's actually just going to concede the match there. And into the next battle, we're going to see Omanyte into Ducklet. So finally not a Cottony in the lead, but Ducklet actually just worse, even more common, but whatever. We're going to go for the Rock Blast, grabbing a shield from the opponent. They're going to go straight for that Bubble Beam. We can safely let the first one go through, but it does chunk quite a fair bit. Gonna go for the Rock Blast here on a CMP tie with the next Bubble Beam, and it does do some big damage. Are we gonna let it go through again? Yes, we are, and then we're probably gonna swap out straight away. Don't want to give them any extra farm. We swap into our Lileep, and the opponent's gonna go for yet another Bubble Beam. So let's see, we're going to overfarm in this matchup, go for another Ancient Power, and from this range, Ancient Power will be taking out the Ducklet. They come in with their Execute once again, and these infestations are seriously going to chunk this Execute, but they probably got like a Slowpoke in the back, so let's see, they do have the Slowpoke. Wow, how did I manage to call that? We're going to go for that Grass Knot. The opponent tried to catch the Ancient Power, and it didn't work out for them. We can now go for a Stomp. This should be game over. This will be taking out the Slowpoke. They do have a charge move, probably going to go for an Ancient Power here, and they do, but we should just be able to fully Powder Snow, farm down the Execute, and take that game. And into probably the final battle of this video, we lead into a shiny Shadow Bulbasaur, so very nice shiny Shadow. We're going to swap instantly into Lileep, and the opponent is staying in, farming up a ton of energy here. We're going to go straight for that Ancient Power, and it does grab a shield from the opponent. At this point, we've got shield advantage. We probably just let it go down. They go for a Seed Bomb, it doesn't take us out, and we make it to the Ancient Power. This should grab the final shield from the opponent already, and that's amazing for us. We can now wait out the Switch Clock and come in with our Snover. And the opponent is going to have to go for a Sludge Bomb. They threw straight away. We're going to shield it anyways, and it is the Sludge Bomb, so good shield there. We get the full Powder Snow farm down. They've got a Ducklet in the back. We're going to overfarm, going for the Energy Ball on a CMP tie with the Bubble Beam, which of course the opponent's going to throw because they don't know anything else, and they are going to go for that Bubble Beam, debuffing our attack. We swap into Omanyte. They've got Chinchout in the back. It doesn't really matter. They can go for Bubble Beam. Who cares? We're going to be able to go for our own debuffing move with the Rock Tomb, and this will actually get them fairly low. Rock Tomb going to do a lot of damage, and it will put them into range where we can probably just Powder Snow, farm them down. So we're going to shield this up, just going to be another Bubble Beam, but we will be able to get that Powder Snow, farm down, come out with the Energy Ball loaded, and from this range, this will be enough to take out the Ducklet, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, first of all, subscribe to my channel, but also if you haven't done so already, go and subscribe to NerdsRising's channel, help him get to 1k subs on YouTube. That would be absolutely awesome if this video could push him over to that 1k milestone. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.